Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another DeFRaG demo review. It is better late than never for the round 3 of the FPS Cup. My name is, of course, Crazy Al, and I am joined by two very special guests. First of all, by the author of this week's map, Kit Ignition, and second of all, by DeFRaG legend himself. It's Blycer. How's it going, guys?
Is it
How kind
Blyson?
of you. Hello.
I've been
Thanks for
calling you
inviting
Blicker
me.
all these years.
Blyce, Blicker, Blizzer, whatever. You can call me whatever, kitten. You're the man. Ahoy, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for joining me. It's always a pleasure. Are you,
I feel like
so
last time I was
obviously,
only a special guest.
you were only a special, you're always a special guest. Don't let
Well, this
anyone
time
tell
I'm a
you
very special
otherwise.
guest.
Are you satisfied, Kit and Ignition, with your map this week, these past 2 weeks, even?
I'd give it an 85%. I
An
think.
85%.
Yeah, I think I shouldn't have had to release a little patch. That was embarrassing.
Yeah,
But
that was embarrassing. Yeah,
yeah,
everyone
I was
saw
crying.
that.
I was crying that night. It was not good. Uh, but I mean, the gameplay was great. I was always satisfied with that. I knew people would find some amazing shortcuts with the little bonfires, which I never actually implemented into my run. I kind of just left that for everybody else,
Nice.
which is probably why they weren't tested well enough, and there was that little health bug.
I don't know what you're talking
But
about.
I think, yeah, the run was great. The other thing, I guess, the other complaint that I would agree with is I should have raised the health bubbles. I thought I was just being cute,
Oh,
but
don't worry
hey.
about it. Forget them. Forget the haters, or fuck the haters. I think that's what they say. These kids these days.
Yeah, you wish I would fuck you, wouldn't you?
Right.
I was pretty happy about the map, though, because of the teaser thing. That was exactly the map I needed for the ideas I got when I was listening to the music I put into the teaser. And so it was really great to have this very, very open and wide views everywhere, which was really good.
Yeah, it definitely fit quite well into the teaser.
Yeah, with this map and with the last one, I mean, I'm trying to do something that doesn't happen very often in DeFrag, which is having big open spaces, or in Quake 3 in general, really. And this one was really pushing, the engine to its limits, really. I did some pretty hardcore optimizations in the last week or so that FM helped with, so thank God for him, because he has the answer to everything, and it was great.
One might think it's already the time now to build basically everything or anything in Quake, and then it's just running. But we had one person in the channel, right, who wasn't really able to play all the maps on 125 FPS. Shout out
Yeah,
to Rain, ahoy.
this would have been the one that he was running poorly, right? But even he got that 30% bump in the last week, which was huge.
Huge. Anyway, speaking of huge, why don't we check out some of the VQ3 demos? Hey?
VQ3, oh hell yeah.
Yeah. We got to start with VQ3. That's the tradition, don't you know?
Oh yeah, true.
All right, I'm going to start on 30th place. So let's go now. No, not go now because it's not on the stream. Why is it not on the stream? It's alright, don't worry about it. It's only Kitten's thing. No, we'll fix it
Wait,
later.
no, I'm 29th, thank you.
No, I know, but it's wait, why is it not showing? This does this every time. Right, I have to restart the demo. I apologize.
Oh, good. We have a nice level shot in the background.
I don't remember this happening last time. Oh, there we go.
There we go. We're good.
That
We're on it.
works.
It's Cat Ignition and was 25th place on the leaderboard, but as we're looking at it on the demos, it's number 30. For reasons.
That is me. Oh yeah, Rain. Would it be Rain? Or Noasef, I guess. Yeah, so I actually built this map kind of around that whole strafe sequence at the start there, and not a single other person used it. I tried to make it impossible to go the highway in VQ3, but people are too powerful, so they figured out a way. And beyond that, my run is kind of garbage, just showing off, I guess, a few of the different things that I built intentionally, like that little strafe sequence there. but not using the bonfires at all because I'm dumb and that was way too much thinking. So on day one, Phoenix already beat my time by a minute, which was or by 30 seconds, which was pretty funny. Took him like an hour.
A few keen-eyed viewers will notice that we're using a really nice HUD or gameplay package or whatever you want to call it.
You're running that too, nice.
Obviously based on Dark Souls, which is what this map is based on. So massive shoutouts to Sensor AV for sorting that out for us. It looks really cool and sounds really cool. Hey, you used the teleport.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah. You fucking liar.
Saved about a second with that one.
Alright, number 29. Let's go. That is Makendo. With a little wall
But
strike.
it has definitely been a different demo before than I used in the teaser thing, so better.
Yeah, that one was pretty old. Already using teleporters, so no wonder he's faster than me, even though he doesn't know the map nearly as well.
It's funny, watching this in VQ3, seeing a completely different route. Hell, even seeing parts of the map that I've never seen before. It
Really?
could easily be a different map. Yeah, like the first 30 seconds, I never saw any of this when I was running the map.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't test CPM very much. Generally, I just figure CPM, unless there's slick, I give it a little bit of thought. But I just figure they'll do everything VQ3 does, but faster. So
Yeah.
don't need to worry about them. And sure enough, that's more or less what they did. Significantly faster.
It's definitely a different route.
Yeah, some people use some really clever pathfinding, I guess, for sections. And I figured that there were going to be some really interesting like corner skims or ramp bounces or just like little nuances to every run, and sure enough, everybody's, hitting a platform a little bit differently, so they got to address it in a radically different way.
All right, moving up to number 28. Let's go. Kit Kat, I believe.
So the
doing
pack is sorry. Continue. Sorry.
No, it's slightly interesting start there, jumping off the stairs. I thought they were going to go for the OB at the start, but they just jumped off of the bottom of the ramp for a ramp boost.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a spacing thing or what, or maybe they're just inconsistent with the horizontal overbounces. You'll notice that he's jumping onto the top of the jump pads and not walking into them.
Yeah, why would you walk? It's a jumping game.
Exactly. My thoughts exactly when I designed them. If you're walking in DeFRaG, you're doing something wrong.
Interesting teleport back here.
Yeah.
If you would walk, the jump pads wouldn't work or something, or just very.
Well,
very
you just
rate?
get pushed up at like a certain speed. So if you hit the jump pad too low, then you'll just straight up get less height. So if you jump into them, you bounce higher. The stairs are, they're not really supposed to be used. I didn't realize that they'd be used so much in VQ3, at least. But yeah, I added a lot of health bubbles a little later, and I didn't consider that people would just be walking up that first set of stairs, which is pretty cringe every time I see it.
Terrible noise.
So next time you just block the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just break them so that you can't walk up them.
All right, next up
Very
we
good,
have number 27. Let's go.
Chat asked, what about 360 strat to jump higher?
Aussie Roll is up next, by the way. Yeah, what's with that? Is that real? Or are you taking the piss? I couldn't tell. And I just like, nah, I can't be bothered just looking into it.
There's no such thing as an entity that tracks your angle.
That's a shame.
It was a joke.
I wasn't interested enough to find out if it was a joke or not.
But didn't Phoenix display how it works?
Yeah, he's a clever guy. He hopped in on the joke.
He does a lot of creative things, that guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. We had a little mapping session recently, and he's approaching Dark Souls in more or less the same way that I did, where he now wants to rebuild it too, and it brought a tear to my eye seeing him starting work on it. I got to teach him a bunch of little tips that I learned throughout the making of this map.
How long did this map take to build?
It's a difficult question because I started work on it before I ever thought of FPS, and I just wanted to rebuild this section of Dark Souls. Initially, I started with Sen's Fortress, but it was a little too complicated, and then I thought that this would have some interesting DeFRaG gameplay. So I started work on this place probably June last year, maybe.
Nice.
And I was just building out the structures in Radiant. I would like rip the models from Dark Souls and build the structures in Radiant.
Right.
And then, yeah, we can go next demo.
Yeah, number 26. Who do we have? It is Horus. Going for an OB, potentially? Nope. Or yes? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe he had them turned off accidentally.
Yeah,
Ooh, that was smooth. Now we're getting to the
that's
guys
pretty
fast
smooth.
enough to actually do that strafe.
It's a good old. Was it you jump? No. What were the old school maps where you had to get around those walls?
You would know better than either of us.
D-strafe? What was the name of those? Chat knows.
A lot of teleporter usage on this map, or in this demo. That's good.
Stairs. More stairs. What a long route to the next.
Yeah,
next
it was a
bubble.
bit
Jesus.
roundabout.
That's the longest time between bubbles we've seen yet.
17 seconds. Yeah, that's a long time. Also, big thank you to OJ, who made the bonfires work. That was a pretty genius piece of DeFRaG entity tech that he did for that.
Next up is number 25. Let's go. Shket.
Is OJ or Ozone Junkie? No.
Definitely not Ozone Junkie.
That would be very old school.
It'd be cool to see him come back and make some maps. He's got one of the classic DeFRaG maps, O3J Velocity.
Oh my god, and the other map. What's his name? CPI map. Well, just lots of them though, but can't remember the names. Too long ago.
It's funny, the bonfire up on the wall was the one that I was most keen to get rid of in the later stages of the testing.
The top one here.
And Rain pushed to keep it, and I was like, what the hell are you going to use this for? But yeah, having access to the whole map from above is actually really handy, turns out.
Especially this side of the map where it feels like there's way more bubbles.
Yeah. It's interesting that this guy is so high up, and yet he just like kind of sat there for a few seconds a couple times.
Big shout outs to Schkit. That was a
Yeah,
121.
good use of the teleporters.
Next up, 24th demo is Oxander. Not a name I'm familiar with.
Same.
Or Ozander, maybe?
Fits well to the Dark Souls theme somehow, though, right?
Probably.
True.
But yeah, I can't shout out Sensor AV enough for making this pack for us, because it just
Yeah, that
looks
was really
so
cool.
nice. It looks so good. It's
What does
really,
it change?
really well done.
The souls?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
changes the souls.
all the
like,
bubbles turn into little item pickups.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The little animated sprites.
Nice.
and you get
For
the
some reason, I'm
sounds
still
and the
seeing
HUD and
the
stuff like
bubble
that.
cross though, so it looks a bit weird.
So it's kind of like a community mod for a mod for a mod for a map, or something like this.
Exactly.
It couldn't be more niche, yeah.
And yet, it was pumped out in like day 3, which is amazing. I don't know if it was leaked to him that there was a Dark Souls map coming, and so he started work early or what. But yeah,
Been working on it
really
since
impressive.
June last year, I heard. Nice, that felt much faster, even though it was only like 10 seconds faster. Well
Only
done.
10 seconds.
I know. 23rd now. Let's go. Who do we have? Raven.
Raven.
Hell yeah.
But it's sweet to see all the different routes and getting faster and whatever. And it's not what those
Yeah.
level maps obviously are made for.
We almost got to see somebody equaling my start strafe, but even he was one jump too slow. Soon.
Nice. Let's go, Raven.
Sensor's writing at first they wanted to replace them with Estus. That's the model, right? If I'm not wrong. I even found a 3D model, but I couldn't set up the shaders.
Well, it's better this way because I was envisioning them as item pickups. That's why there's the corpse next to them.
Well, some of them are
Legitimately
accurate to
corpse.
where there's items in the game, right?
Maybe. I didn't think about that at all when I was placing them. I just
Okay.
kind of put them where it would be convenient.
Alright.
There might be some that line up though.
Nice.
And obviously,
done.
all those souls they're equal to the number of undead players currently, right? No, I don't know.
Sorry to say, there was no trick to that either.
Alright, number 22. Who do we have? Compolamus. OB? HOB? No? Off the ramp? No
Ramp
hubs
again.
yet.
Is it faster though? I mean, at least he took the ledge though. But
Well,
I want to
I
say
guess
an
we'll
overbounce
see.
is always going to give you more speed than a ramp, but he was pretty maxed on his spacing there, so it could very well be that if he got a little bit more speed, then he would have like hit one of the stairs and lost all his speed or something like that.
Mhm. This is very kind of similar to Ravens, right?
Yeah, except
not
I don't
Ravens,
think he
but
dropped into
the one
that
before.
doorway there. Yeah, a little bit more efficiency. Just clearing out an area fully before using the teleporter.
Nice. 110 for Compolamus. 21st. Let's go. It is Raji or Ragi or Regi. I'm not sure how you say it. One of those, probably.
Probably not.
It might not be.
Oh, that was interesting spacing there. He completely cleared the gap without jumping off the little piece of wood. Not faster, not slower, just different. That one there is the most painful. I see it every time somebody picks up that bubble that I should have raised them because they do have to gimp their speed so much
Yeah.
in order to not overjump it because of the planks right ahead of it moves you up by 8 units or whatever. So for that, I apologize. For the start, no, you guys can deal with it.
Would you have actually wanted to also rip some soundtrack from the game and just put it in?
I did actually, but it was like 30 megabytes extra, and nobody was going to listen to it, so I took it back out.
True. I would not have listened to it. I would have turned it on
Yeah.
and gone, "That's annoying," and turned it back off. So
Well, you wouldn't have even known it was there unless I put a
probably not.
message or
Yeah, I would
something.
have found out today when you told me.
Yeah.
Big
One
shout
eight
outs
eight eight,
to we got quad eights. Alert everybody, quad eights on the stream.
Nice.
Next up, and we're in the top 20 now, in 20th place. We have, let's go, as Gelvan, number 1, going
Nice.
for the ramp.
I thought he didn't get to play this round. I didn't notice his demo the first stream.
Straight down here. Is that the first
He
time we've
did
seen
my
someone
jump.
use that? Yeah, nice.
He did my jump. Hell yeah.
Finally, someone.
And he did that hard jump too. That's impressive.
That is a hard jump, yeah.
Makes it look easy though, because he was that good. That was really good teleporter usage, I feel.
Very good activating, going down, going back up. Instead of collecting first.
Constantly getting screwed by those short walls though. Oh, this is such an interesting route. I love it.
Wait, teleporters. Let's go. And then here for the final. Nice. Another
That was
one of
cool. I
my
like the look. I like the look of that area when he just used the teleporter 6 times in a row. That's cool.
next up in 19th. Not
We're
19th
very
place.
close, no?
It's
The old-
Sentinel. Who is doing the OB. There you go.
First overbounce. Ooh, nice little slide there on the terrain. I wonder if that was necessary for the spacing. That would make that jump really tricky.
He ignored one of those souls. One of those bubbles.
Oh, did he?
Oh, there you
Interesting.
ignore the
Yeah,
soul.
the one that right at the back. Yeah, they're souls now. Let's be honest.
Oh, the drop down one. Yeah, maybe it's
No,
maybe
I
it's
wasn't.
too
One
stuck.
on the one on either side of the walls. Like you got 2 on either side of a wall. Didn't he miss one of those? Didn't he skip one? I thought he did.
Well, in VQ3 it's hard to say that he skipped it because that jump around the wall is really tricky.
Yeah, for sure. But it's very close to a soul to not pick it up. It just feels wrong. But I'm CPM
Yeah.
brain, so what do I know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that one's a no-brainer in CPM for sure. But in VQ3, you're making such a huge risk. Like you're sacrificing your whole run for that one thing.
Big shout outs to Sentinel.
Nice. Very nice.
Alright, next up. Number 18, let's go. It is Dino. Is he gonna do the OB? No, because he's a shite bag. Going for this one?
Ah, interesting. Well, with the bonfire, it might not be a big sacrifice.
Oh, do the jump, Dino.
So I was just thinking, so the best time reset would be to go back to the start, kill yourself, drop all the souls, and just collect them again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just hit the blood pool.
Yeah.
Gold retrieved, easy win.
Nice.
Ooh, nice air strafe.
I
I like
like
that.
that.
Love me a good air strafe. Actually reminds me of one on my previous FPS Cup map around the backside that I didn't know was possible. That was good.
Next up, number
Wouldn't
17.
there be, wouldn't there
Let's
be
go.
one soul closer to the last one he collected? So to save some time, because he was running a lot at the end.
Big OB from Hyper to start the round.
Some of these names, I'm glad to see them a little higher up on the board.
Yeah, there's definitely a few like unique maps like this bring out unusual maps bring out unusual players. I guess would be the better way to put it. But no, yeah, it's nice to see different names taking the higher spots. That's always why you have to have map variety. This is a competition of DeFRaG. If you want to claim to be good at DeFRaG, then you have to be good at all kinds of maps. Not just
Yeah, the
crazy
thing about
rocket
that
spam maps.
is, I mean, the rocket spam maps, some people think to be DeFrag. So if it's not that, then it's
Well, I
not
think
DeFrag.
more people think pure strafe and no weapons at all is more commonly thought of as pure DeFrag.
Well, just I'm more commenting on like the whole, basically the same stuff that we've been doing for 20 years now.
Yeah.
Is what people see DeFrag as, and so these maps that kind of break that mold are pushed back against, which is reasonable, but also stupid.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then you build a map
100%.
which of a game which is all about circles and circle of life, whatever.
All right, moving up now, number 16. Let's go. We have Pew. Interesting.
Was it?
No.
Seemed like a regular bounce to me.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
He also did that little slide on the terrain there, so I'm guessing that.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that was close. I'm guessing that the tiny little slide on the terrain, as precise as it appears to be, at least, is necessary for that spacing at the start, which is, I would never have thought of that. So I'm impressed. I believe it was Raven who did that the previous time.
Well, it was Sentinel, was it not? I thought it was.
I don't know.
The names, people criticize me for forgetting stuff that happened 5 seconds ago, but you don't realize how easy it is to forget until you actually do this.
Mess around. Jump around.
I thought he was going to go back up to the bubble on the wall, but I guess
Nice.
he didn't need it.
103% for Pew, rather. We are slowly pushing towards sub 1. And the top 15 now. Who do we have for number 15? Let's go. It's Boris.
There are some names that just make me so proud to see them running my map. It's like
not
such an
Crazy
honor.
Al, definitely not for that one.
Well, if you played VQ3, I would be proud to have brought you to attempt VQ3.
I didn't do that. I probably never will.
Maybe one day I'll make a map that's just so appealing to you. Oh, I love that skin.
I like that
I'm so
one
glad
you
you did
made
that.
for what was it again? I forget the name of it. Well, the name of it was just your mum and then a number, so I couldn't possibly tell you which one
Was
it
it the
was.
one that I screwed up for TimCon LAN?
Probably, yeah. I think so. I enjoyed that map. That was fun. I played a fair bit of that.
In VQ3?
No. Don't be silly.
Yeah. I'm really sorry that I screwed up the
Oh, don't be
coordination of
silly.
that map.
It's all good. We played it and we did it in War Cup anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, I mean it was fine in the end, but it was just. Oh, he left me a little
Yeah.
little message. What a good guy.
No OB route. Thanks, kitten. Oh, everybody loves Boris. He's a good lad. All right,
Yeah,
number 14. Let's go. It is. Oh, I don't know how you say it. Amoma?
probably something complete. Probably
Yeah, nothing
Edward.
like that. Yeah, George.
Yeah, another little terrain slide. That's so cool. I didn't notice that on the when I was watching the Woody's stream. It's such a nice little detail.
What a speed up after jumping. Wouldn't it be funny if like suddenly Cetus,
Ooh.
a Satus,
Yeah,
is
what a name to
appearing?
bring back. Or like Nihilanth. I don't know how to pronounce that name.
All the ITs.
Yeah.
I always felt like that last soul, the one on top of like the tower, was just so far out of, like so far removed from everything else. I never ever tried to go for it.
Beautiful.
That's a shame because I built those platforms specifically for that. I thought it was a nice little
Nice,
sequence.
really nice run.
I guess yeah, if I had
101.8.
put the soul where the bonfire was, maybe it would have been more appealing.
Possibly. All right, number 13. Let's go. It is Step.
Nice.
Step.
Oh, he jumped off the little rock. Oh, what's this?
Nice, a different OB. Hell yeah. Is that
That's
the
cool.
same height as the one as the other one?
It very well could be. That'd be funny. Then that's pure style points, which is really cool. That looked awesome.
There's a couple of ledges there though. Like there's another ledge that's not really helpful, as an OB to start the run, that I noticed. But I wonder if that one's because the height, like a higher OB gives you more speed, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's higher, then that's even better. Even though it might only be a little bit higher.
So it's never too late for a bad joke. So I think at the beginning we definitely stepped up a little, right?
Oh, fantastic.
Woo! Oh, yeah.
Happy to have you.
Nice.
I really liked that
101
guy on the
again.
there. That was
Sorry?
cool.
Yeah.
I like that guy on the bridge. His pose is funny.
So close with these times. Both of these last two demos, 101. 12th, not 12th place, but the 12th demo in the list of demos that we have. Let's go. It is Breach with the $29.
Is it? Did you put it there because he? What?
He's just showing off his massive bank account, man.
Oh, it's trillion. I understand. Okay. Yeah. Or it would have been the amount. He would have
29 commas. That's what it is.
Well, it would have been the amount he would have donated if we had a donation thing. After all. Dude, next
I'll
time.
get on it, Rain. I could just take the donations to my PayPal account, actually. I'd be fine with that.
You'd be getting 29 cents rather than $29.
Hey, I'll take it. That'll buy me a sour key. I'm happy. Still not sub 1.
Oh, so close.
Come on,
though.
Breach, what are you doing?
So close. Well done. Next up, we got 11th. Who is it? Undead Sensor. Let's go.
Nice.
Big shout outs.
There's Mr. Undead. Maybe Mr. Sure.
Yeah, I feel like the ramp versus overbounce, maybe they're not comfortable with the overbounce, but it might be a spacing issue. It's really
Nice
hard
jump.
for us defraggers to like not strafe hard in a sequence. And so it's probably just more comfortable to hit the ramp instead of the overbounce because you'd have to just like cut your speed halfway through that sequence with
Yeah,
the overbounce because you'd
if
have
a
too much
map
speed.
requires me to strafe, like I don't strafe optimally anyway. But if a map requires me to strafe suboptimally, I just don't play that map because that's
I don't
disgusting.
really like it either. I had maxed that sequence for just a circle jump,
Yeah,
and I figured that an overbounce or even a ramp would probably break the spacing. And I figured if you want to do it, go for it, whatever. But like the number of jumps should be the exact same if you circle jump it.
oh, still not sub 1, but incredibly close. Big shout out to Sensor for the 1
Wow.
minute point
It was like a
7.
0.08 difference.
It says
Yeah,
there are 2 more overbound surfaces on this map.
only 2. I would expect them.
Yeah,
I'd
those.
expect it to be more than that. No.
Nope, those overbounces were for an old route, and I just left them in. It makes the map feel a little more alive or natural, I feel like. But they're completely useless in the run.
Next up, 10th place. We're now in the top 10. Let's go. We have Tofu of Clan Bonks going for the OB. Is he going for the OB? Yeah.
Had to get rid of his little sticky.
And he has to slow down. He hits the back pedal.
Yeah, I mean, with what I just said, it makes a lot of sense that you would want that extra speed at the beginning because it does. It'll probably cut off like 0.2 seconds, maybe 0.3 if
Yep.
you get the extra speed early. But it feels better to just strafe hard rather than have to like plus back for a second.
Quick creation question. Ghost did the jump test, right?
Ghosted the whole map. I'm
Oh,
a ghost mapper, didn't you know?
all right.
No, I did everything except for the logo, which Imor did.
Way 59.9. Big
Nice.
shout outs to Tofu. And 10th place, even. Man, that's crazy. Right. Number 9. Let's go. Who is it?
45 on place 1, right?
Technically 9th place.
Technically 9th place, indeed. We got Moscow.
Nice overbounce.
I
And
like
not
the
having to cut his speed, so I'm eating my words, I guess.
collecting that other soul. Like a couple people have done it where they sort of strafe up to it and then like reverse in. Like it just looks so funny. I don't know why. It makes me smile every time.
That's what I'm here for, putting smiles on DeFraggers' faces.
Positive comments where it's deserved. Damned lights. That ending sequence is insane, though, by Tofu. I mean, the one before. But yeah.
Ghosty says
Wish I remembered it.
Ghosty says he spent 5 hours on a shader that you didn't use. Is that true?
It is true, yeah, I'm sorry.
Based. Incredibly
But to be
based.
fair, what I really needed was for him to inspire me to get to work, and that's what spurred me on to make the jump pad that you see, which is pretty complicated.
Fantastic. 59.6 for Moscow.
So I'm
Next.
sorry, but also thank you, Ghost.
Next up, number 8. Let's go. It is Nathan. And VQ3 using the OB. Does slow down a little bit. Well, more or less straight.
That looked like it could have just been bad strafing.
Yeah. But it might be intentional bad strafing. You never know. Can't
True.
tell.
Hard to tell.
That's why I tell people, because obviously I do a lot of unintentionally bad strafing. And I go, actually,
It's just
I'm
a set of
doing it.
spacing, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it for spacing, yeah.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. For me, it's more about weapons. My weapons are bad intentionally.
Hmm.
So then I'm pretty bad overall intentionally, right? I mean,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Nice. 59.0 for Nathan.
Would have broken 58 if you didn't bump into that corner.
Yeah. All
That's
right,
rough.
number 7.
So why didn't he
go.
replay? Huh?
True.
We
Yeah,
got
how
Phoenix.
many hours of grinding was that?
Phoenix doing the OB. Yep.
Good friend Phoenix, good overbounce. But yeah, you can see there he had to just sit for 2 jumps without
Yeah.
accelerating at all.
And unintentionally strafe path.
Well, for Phoenix, it's always unintentional. I made this map with him in mind, with his never enough freestyle complaints. And he didn't do a single trick. He spent the whole 2 weeks grinding it hard for this run that we see
Optimizing.
here.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Right? But I mean, you can see the fruits of it. That little pickup on the top of the wall was impressive.
Oh, that's kind of creative. That was alright.
Yeah,
Nice.
one of the biggest
Mhm.
bits of creativity on the map, really.
There we go. 58.6. Well done. Next up, we got number 6. Let's go. It's Pakistan, who's just stopping for a minute. Oh, there we go. Taking
Hear me for a second.
Nathan just messaged. Hop too annoying to grind. I was annoyed. I fucked up the 50.
Damn.
We've been there. We've all been there.
Oh yeah. Well, not on this map. I would never
No,
dream
no,
of
no,
58.
yeah, but yeah.
Oh, that was cool. That little head bump there
Yeah.
to shoot himself downward even faster.
Appreciate that.
The lowered health bubble in the tower. Which tower?
The tower.
The one with the jump pads.
58.3 for Pakistan.
Nice.
I guess the one with
That guy's
the
good.
wooden barriers.
He's pretty good.
Wooden planks.
Moving up to the top 5. It's 5th place. Let's go. Not 5th place, but the 5th demo. We got Zerg.
Hell yeah.
Fellow streamer.
And just nice guy.
It's
However,
very funny
before-
to it's very funny to read Zerg's comments from the DF Comps website, Google translated into English. I've spent many a rainy day just sat at home in front of the fire with a nice cup of hot chocolate, reading translated DF Comps comments.
Yeah, I had to ask for
Really
help
warms my
for a
heart.
few of them.
I mean, a hot bonfire, obviously, right?
Sorry, yes, of course, a bonfire.
With a hot cup of Estus.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was cute.
Yeah, a little bump
Nice
off the
little
wall.
wall
Look at
bump.
this. This guy's got eyes in the back of his head. 58.1. Yo, we got a message here as well. Stairs are not DeFRaG. Stop, do it, please. Copyright DeFRaG community. I agree. I was part of that. I said that.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, those stairs were meant to be avoided, and they just weren't quite tested enough. I probably should have just gotten rid of the health bubble that incentivized you to use them in the first place.
Oh, that's fantastic. Undead the best. Welcome to clan. But yeah, big thanks, Kitten, for Dark Souls map style, for many routes and fresh gameplay. I agree.
That's exactly what I was going for. So thank you.
Next up, number 4. Let's do it. It's Acids. Nice. So we've seen a couple of people use the ramp at the start there, but that's the second person that we saw do just like a wall strafe off the top of the stairs, rather than sort of like a jump, but you don't fully jump, if that makes sense. Because if you just like jump right off, you probably overshoot them. But walking off the edge seems to get the nice spacing.
Oh yeah, I see your point. Yeah, it is interesting because jumping does also give you the extra falling height, which would give you more from the ramp.
But you would have more horizontal speeds by walking off the edge because you're wall strafing off the edge.
Yeah, I mean he's 4th place. He knows better than me. That's for sure.
Interesting route around to that bonfire we haven't seen already. There you have it, 57.9. God, we even got the
clean.
death sound. I didn't know that. That's great.
Death sound, item use sound. Yeah, it's cool.
Fantastic. Yeah, really clean. All right, 3rd place now, or 3rd demo even. Who is it? It's NOSF or NoSF.
I would just say NoSF, but
NoSF.
Who knows?
Well, organizer of the War Cup, creator of DF Comps. Does a lot of work behind the scenes, doesn't get enough thanks for it. So big ups.
That's true. Very little presence in the Discord, at least in the gold one.
Well, I don't know if I don't think I've seen a demo from him before. I don't think I've reviewed a NOSF demo before, so this might be a first.
I don't remember seeing one either. He was another one who had very nice things to say, even though he didn't say a huge amount. He was thankful and appreciative of this map, which is always good to hear. Being told to kill myself is also fun to hear, but in a different way. Second guy, only other person, I believe, to use that roof strat, which is really cool. The little ramp jump off the roof.
57.7 for NOSF and a smile. Right, 2nd place or 2nd demo in this list. So I think by this point this is 2nd place. Who is it?
Yep.
Let's go. Take a look. It is D-Man. I'm not sure how you.
Is that what that's supposed to mean?
Yeah, I think so. Well, someone said it in the chat last time.
PC Iron Man. I don't know. Sorry, wrong universe.
Yeah, I see DC Iron Man as well.
Damned Light in the chat says it's me.
You know, it'd be good if you just put like Damned Light for your name.
Yeah, in the meantime, you can explain that meme. Just.
Who can explain what?
No one can explain it.
It's a meme. The name is kinda meme. You wanna hear a story about this?
Well, nice run. 57.3. Well played.
Decent jump up from NoSF.
Yeah. That is a decent jump up, yeah. 1st place for CPM. Who can it be? Sorry, VQ3. It's Kit.
More and more, I'm realizing that Ket is just me, but twice as good. And so it's really nice to see him at the top here.
Is he also French? Sorry, Canadian?
No. In terms of DeFRaG gameplay, we were going back and forth on some maps for a really long time, and for a little bit, I was just we were playing all the exact same maps, and I was trying to beat his times constantly. I was just chasing him every day. I could rarely catch him.
He's pretty fast. He is pretty quick.
But he's also kind of a
DeFragger.
cat, right? That's the idea behind his name, isn't it?
Exactly. I doubt it, but yeah, let's go with it. He's following the theme.
Oh my god. Damn,
Rapid
like that's a very long story.
56.6. Very well played by Kit.
Yeah, that's a
Massive
whole
shout-outs.
second up.
666,
almost
yeah, there you
huge.
go.
It's 666, but it's separated by the colon, so I don't recognize it. I don't abide it.
No,
Well done
666
anyway.
isn't divisible by 8, so you'll never get 666.
but in between 5 and 4, that's kind of pretty sweet, actually, to be honest.
Okay, yeah.
The bracket,
Well,
yeah.
you stretching.
You'll just see any pattern, won't you?
Right, I'm going to
He
move
says,
on to the
cop.
CPM because we've got a lot of demos to go through, and they're all very long. We're
Damn,
starting
says cat failed 56 to 2 minutes before the deadline.
F, big F for Kit. All right, if you guys are ready on the CPM demos, we're going to start on number 30. Let's do it. And it is Crazy Al. Oh.
Who's this?
Never heard of this guy before.
I watched someone else's route and I copied it. And I played it until I got sub 1 minute, and then I never played it again. That's my
that jump around the corner, I guess I can't give you credit for it then. Seeing it though, I never thought of that, and that is really cool. I like it a lot.
Oh, no, I got that from Joko.
Okay.
He sent me a demo.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't take credit for anything in this one.
So they're also
strafing at least.
But also like same to Nos, I think it's the same time where you also have to give some credit to Crazy Al, I think, for all his streams and stuff. I think so. Thanks for this.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, just not for the run.
No.
Wow, that is
wild.
Really low
impressive.
And it's under 1 minute. There you go.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. All right, 29. Let's go. It is Turner.
Hopefully, we'll be seeing at least a 58.2. This map actually went through quite a few iterations. I was trying at first to make like a proper DeFRaG run and just style it after Dark Souls, similar to Halvorgb and Ghost from last FPS Cup. But it wasn't satisfying at all. And so I figured I already had like half of the Undead Berg built out. So I'll just make a run out of the Undead Berg. And so there wasn't enough content.
Nice jump around this side, I like that.
Yeah, finally somebody used that angled wall there. That was cool. Or the angled top of that wall.
Yeah, 59.2 for Turner in the end. Well played. Moving on up to 28, and we have Jocko himself.
So he barely beat you.
Yeah. But I think this might be the demo that he sent me. Like near the start of the 2 weeks.
I wish demos had a built-in timestamp. I don't get why they don't.
Quick question. So the whole map is similar to the brushwork they use in Dark Souls, or how much is still active, basically?
All of the buildings, more or less, except for there's a section that just straight up doesn't exist in Dark Souls. This section here.
Mm-hmm.
This is all. Well, a couple of the buildings are copied, used as like a prefab, but almost all the buildings are. I basically copied the model from Dark Souls, put it in Radiant, and then rebuilt it out of brushes. So they're very, very close to perfect recreations, but they're built 100% out of brushes, and they're all on grid, like on a proper grid. The other deviation, the main deviation, is Undead Berg wraps around, like it's curved. It curves around the wall,
Hmm.
but I didn't want to deal with that, so I just made it a straight line.
Hmm.
And then I removed a section of it, and I made it more of a square rather than a line, I guess.
Hmm. But I would recognize it if I now rewatch a Let's Play or something.
Oh, the first 5 seconds or so are like a perfect recreation.
That's interesting because I cannot even. I haven't played it, right? The game. you might say so. So I cannot really imagine it to be suddenly a third to do it in third person.
It's going to be interesting. I would love it if somebody, I mean, like you, for example, spent a lot of time on this map and then went and
Mm.
played Dark Souls for the first time. And this is one of the earlier areas you get here, and like you
Mm.
already kind of know the layout, except you'd be used
I
to
would
this
do it.
layout.
I would do the same exact route as VQ3 won first place like Cat, right?
Yeah.
If only there was jumping.
All right.
Okay.
Next up, we got 27. Let's go. It is T.S. Eliot.
Straight up circle jump, nice.
Yeah, just vanilla. Well, not a vanilla circle jump. A pro mode circle jump. You know what I mean. Going back down. Oh, with the teleport, yeah, of course.
Smart.
Oh no, gets caught there a little bit. That like opening there is kind of, I don't know, deceiving. I got screwed by it a couple of times just like that as well.
Yeah.
And like
If you were
jumping
to look
into
at
it and you hit your head and it just stops you. Sorry, go on.
if you were to look at the brushwork, you would cringe, especially if you actually like made maps. Anybody who takes a look at the
Yeah, if I knew what
dot
I
map
was
for this.
if I knew what I was talking about at all ever.
Honestly,
Yeah.
even if you don't, you look at like everything else on the map, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to me. I know that I do a good job with brushwork, but that section, it's like curved on an angled wall and it's irregular. It's just it's
Yeah.
so hideous and so ugly, and I just couldn't really do anything with it. I couldn't adjust it. I couldn't make it feel better. It was what it was, and I couldn't touch it after it was made. Unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have liked to have made it a little bit better.
Yep. So next up, 26. Let's go. Is Gimrock. Going for the OB. Good lad. Although,
Nice
really,
LGBTQ representation in the name.
hell yeah. Nice jump, weird jump, actually.
Ooh, that was cool.
Yeah.
A
Swiftly
little bit of
grabbing.
foreshadowing, perhaps.
Yeah. Swiftly grabbing that sort of really annoying soul. The sort of behind those, like that little fence thing.
Yep.
I never picked that one up.
This map originally was only supposed to have, well, I had planned it for only 8 pickups, and Rain suggested I add at least twice as many. So I went to 16, and that still wasn't enough, so I went to 20, and it still wasn't enough, so then I went to 25, and then I added a 26 as a joke. But the layouts were kind of designed, and some routes were planned around only 8 pickups.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting seeing, for example, that annoying one behind that wood was a later addition. So it's interesting seeing the solutions that people have to some of the items
Yeah.
being a little less thoughtfully placed.
Right, next up, 25. Let's go. It's Frakia.
But when you're given 2 weeks, I think 8 pickups probably would have been too few. So adding more was definitely a good decision.
Yeah. I would say so. Although, I mean, it felt like at the start of the round, I was like, oh yeah, we'll definitely need 2 weeks, you know, for this map. But no, I didn't do a whole lot of theory crafting on it, let's call it. Routing, that's the word I was looking for. So I don't know, maybe a lot of people felt like 2 weeks was good. But yeah, after like a week, I was kind of done with it.
I am curious what the opinion on that would be from the people who did actually plan the routes
Yo.
versus those who just copied. Because it does...
55.7 for Fakir.
Like,
Sorry,
I
go on.
figured that it would probably take almost a whole day, at least a couple days, for anybody to just, like, remember where all the items are.
Yeah.
And then to start planning a route would take a couple days, and then perfecting the route would take a few more days. So, like, the average, I would say, on a decent map would take you 5 days to, like, basically perfect your route, and then you're just getting, like, 0.1, 0.2 increases. And this would probably take 7 or 8. So stretching it to 2 weeks, I feel like, was probably decent. But I wonder when people were satisfied with their runs, basically.
Yeah, I would like to know that as well. Right, moving up, number 24. It is Umka.
I'm just wondering when they're always jumping down from the tower towards the lower health bubble. Isn't there a way in CPM to go all the way up with a roof to the wall, up to the walls, instead of using jump pads and everything? Although there are 2 more health bubbles.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
This one, I mean, like the one when before you go into the tower and the jump pad. Isn't there a way to get up there with CPM?
I don't think so.
Look at that.
Yeah, using little bits of the tower that nobody has before. Ooh, that was pretty cool looking.
Yeah, pretty clean.
Very different order from previous runs.
Yeah,
but
hugely different.
Looks great.
55.6. Next up, 23. Let's go. RDDPY.
Or undeads.
What is undead? May never undie. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's go with that one.
Teleport. Hey. I could never do this jump. I could never get it.
The double jump off the ramp.
Yeah, off the the trash ramp. Whatever it is.
Trash. You call corpses trash?
Well, no, the ramp is trash. No, the ramp is trash.
De-undeadinizing.
I hate the
Of course.
ramp. De-undeadinizing?
De-undeadinizing?
Yeah, instead of dehumanizing.
Brilliant. 54.7 for RDPY in the end. 22nd demo on the list. Let's go. It's MX Crab. I love stairs.
I'm never gonna just cover my stairs with a ramp. It's never gonna happen.
Just don't
so
put nothing instead. Like whatever you think to put stairs, just don't put anything.
But then nobody would ever touch that side of the map.
Well, that's your problem.
That's a difficult problem to solve. I solved it with stairs.
Yeah. Therein lies the problem.
Actually, the first iteration did have a jump pad there, but it wouldn't have made sense here.
Nice. 54.6. Well played.
It seems like the last 15 seconds are so important. Like
Oh yeah.
everybody is getting so much done in the last 15 seconds, and they're all like, yeah,
Just
the cleaner
chilling
the last,
before.
the cleaner the end, the better the run, and then everything before like is obviously still important, but it seems like big differences there near the end.
Yep. All right, 21. Let's go. Got caustic.
Sorry, not big differences, but like a lot of refinement goes into the end. It seems they're all so tight and impressive. Whereas before, it's like I'm double jumping up 2 sets of stairs.
Yeah.
How refined can that get? You know. I've always thought that stairs are a vital, maybe not vital, but a valid part of defragging, where a stair jump is a certain test of skill if used properly. Granted, I will say this map did not use them very well. At least that the like double stairwell isn't very
Yep.
good. But I'm not a stair hater. They're good. If they're designed to be there, they can be good.
Nice.
Just reminds me of
54.6. Sorry,
sorry.
go on. No, go on.
Just reminds me of Nuki's demo, right? On Skodi or Shodi? Skodi, I think it's pronounced. The movie about the map, which is literally just a huge stair.
Oh,
I've never seen that.
I
Aha.
probably have, but
Okay.
it's
Well,
forgettable
you
because it's a
should.
map that's just stairs.
No, but it's fun because it's just fun. Yeah. Just go ahead to the YouTube profile of Nuki and watch all of his movies again.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know the one you
All of
mean.
them.
Yeah, it's like it does like a massive OB to get up
Yeah.
most of the stairs. Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, but also
Yeah.
suddenly it's so funny. I said it looks like a standard walking routine in the morning, and suddenly like a crazy man, he's sliding up all the walls. I'm getting a bit more maniac there. Yeah.
All right, top 20 time. Let's go. Who do we have? Batawi.
Nice. Ooh, he did the circle jump from my little nook. That was a nice pickup.
Is that your nook? Is it?
Yeah, the nook that I specifically designed at the spawn. Yeah, I'd
Okay.
call it my nook. I think a dog spawns there in the game, so it could be the dog's nook.
Nice.
That boss fight in that room, you spawn in what in Dark Souls is a boss room, and it's the first and really only like clusterfuck fight in Dark Souls, and it's such a weird like pacing and design decision that it's a super memorable area. It's one of the most memorable fights in the game, and it's pretty early on.
Is it the
And
one where you have to actually go backwards and then up his body to crawl up the tower? The other one or something? The one
what?
opposite? No. Okay. Sorry.
No, it's like a big human-sized guy, and he's got two swords, and he jumps around, and he's got two dogs with him. You don't often fight bosses in that game with multiple enemies to focus on, and so the fact that he's got two dogs, which are the most annoying enemy in the game,
Yep.
plus the
That's
boss
true.
in a super enclosed area, it's just really rough.
But what am I thinking about?
It's
I'm
rough.
thinking about a boss fight, which is also up
It's Wolf.
it's also up the castle walls, and then you have to approach him and then actually move backwards, and then people just make him jump over the wall, and so he just dies. Kills himself.
Uh, it might you might be thinking of the other demon, the previous boss, I guess.
Asylum demon.
The Taurus demon,
Oh,
I think.
Yes, yes, that's a
Yeah.
name I remember. There you go. Okay, so it's just
No,
a standard enemy.
it's not a standard enemy. He becomes a standard enemy later, but he's
Gotcha.
the Capra demon that spawns
Good.
in the start room on this map.
Okay, continue. Sorry,
glad we sorted that
but I
out,
need to
boys.
get this out of the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
All right, 19th or 19. Let's go. It is
I mean,
McKendall.
if I have a professional player here, why not ask him? Right?
Who are you? Who? What professional player?
Yes, you.
Me. Oh,
I mean,
interesting.
compared to present company, I think you qualify.
I suppose.
I never played Dark Souls 1.
It's a good game. You should. The remaster looks, somewhat modern. Plus,
Just an
just for the
old
strange perspective that this map would give you. Maybe wait until one more map like this comes out, so that you
Is
can
there
get a
another one
preview of a
coming?
different area.
Is there another Dark Souls map
by
coming? Now
Phoenix,
you're
right?
telling me?
That's what he said. No?
I mean, eventually it'll happen, but there's
Okay.
Just make
nothing
the whole
like.
game. That's it, and then speedrun the game. There you go.
That's the dream, but
See,
I don't
that's
know.
my.
I don't know how reasonable that is to do.
Is this one kind of the same what he did in his
Yeah.
VQ 3 demo?
Hard to say. It was so
Uh,
long ago, but it felt like a really unique route.
Yeah, the
Especially at
jump
the
off
end.
that back wall was that's pretty uncommon. Usually people pick up that bubble going
Yeah.
up the stairs.
54.4 McKendall, well done. 18 now. Let's go.
Also, we should finally
Oh.
port
I
Half-Life
don't
single
know who
player
this
over
is.
to Quake.
That one's less attractive to me. I never was into Half-Life.
Mechanic, I guess.
Interesting teleporter usage.
Yeah.
I wonder what his strat's going to be for that back area then.
Really
If he's gonna
smooth
go
up to
there.
the tower. Let's go.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Well, there you go. There's my answer.
There's. Oh my god.
That was a 3/4 second stumble, not the end of the world. Okay, well, there's another half second.
Oh, I guess.
And
Peacock.
another quarter.
Yeah. Builds up. Down here, teleport up.
That was nice there. That was clean. Good use of that
Nice.
side wall.
53.5.
Easily a 52.2, probably. I mean, not
Yeah.
easily, but with those mistakes ironed out, easily 52.
17 now. Let's go. Sickly. Let's go. Nice jump straight up to that next soul. That was really good.
Perfect height.
Yeah, super smooth. Smooth Mr. Cool. That's what they call him.
So far, it's very similar to the previous one, just without that hiccup.
Oh,
I'm so glad people are using that bridge back there. Or the top of that wall, I guess.
Yeah. I never stood there once my whole time playing. 53.0. Well done, Sickly.
Neither did I, but Rain asked me to bust up that wall, I think. Or maybe it was my own idea. I don't quite remember. But I never really used it either. And so it's nice to see it used.
Yep. Alright, number 16. Let's go. We have... It's Tarzan. Or also known as Rain. The main organizer of the FPS Cup.
Also known as Cheater, since he's been playing this map for months.
Yeah, so the reason I'm reading out the demo numbers as numbers rather than placements is because with users like Rain and
Ooh,
no,
that
no
was
SF,
smooth as
that
butter.
was crazy, yeah. That was really nice. These guys have had previous access to the maps for a while now, and obviously testing and stuff like that, so that's why they go in the leaderboard, but they don't get a score, they don't get a ranking or anything like that, so it's all above board.
No, Steph actually only had it for a couple days, to be fair.
Still counts.
Well, Rain was playing on it
2
from
weeks
inception.
2 weeks and 3 days. That's too much of an advantage.
I'm not going to say no, but
51.6.
compared to Rain, who had it for months.
Yep.
And you can tell, 1.4 second jump. That's huge.
Yeah, huge.
Although, I mean, that means that the jump between the two legitimate players is even bigger.
It does. 15th place now. Well, this could tie with Rain. We don't know. Might be exactly the
True.
same. Sensor AV. Let's go.
I think you were only like 0.02 away from the next guy, next number down.
I saw Rife get framed in the last round, and I haven't seen him in public since.
It's hard to live that down in the comp.
Yeah.
But also, though, just going back, Rain has this big disadvantage of always playing with a FOV of I don't know, 160 something.
Well, maybe he's a fish, and he needs it.
Ah, gotcha. Sensor.
Interesting. The route is so different. I'm
Yeah.
curious where the huge deviation is between him and Rain.
Just barely a
0.6
51.
jump.
Yeah.
But that means that's a whole
51.0.
3 seconds faster than the previous ranking. 3 second jump. That's huge.
That is fucking huge. Next up, well, we're still quite low in the leaderboard. I say low, we're in the top 15, but still, big jumps are to be made yet. Don't worry. 14 now.
You have no idea.
Let's go. I do. Nathan's up next. Let's go. There's that jump we like so much off the fence, round the back.
Yeah, that's that jump that I was super impressed with in your run that turns out you didn't actually come up with.
No, of course I didn't. I don't think Nathan came up with it either. I think he saw me
That's
do
possible. It's like broken telephone. The next person down the line is gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The route just gets worse
Try
and
and
worse.
overbounce there or something. Unfortunately, Quake 3 demos are too precise. There's no such thing as broken telephone. It's a perfect recreation every time.
Oh yeah.
Well, he says first thing I found on that part. So maybe you all copied it from him.
Oh, 51 on the dot. Treble 0. Let's
Nice.
go. I'm sure would have rather have had a 50.9, but
he gets like a gold star for that, right? A gold sticker.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
All right, number 13. Let's go. We've got J Height.
I stopped grinding at a perfect 000 as well. He's playing some beautiful melodies through this machine gun.
Maybe the soundtrack. There you go. You've missed it out there.
There is a strange Quake 3 mod that turns all the sounds into a MIDI track that you can then bring into whatever plays MIDI files.
Check
Never
those
got it to work right.
Check him times, by the way.
Another 1 second jump. Damn.
Yeah, huge.
It was probably all the machine gun fire. He was dropping weight. Let him go a bit faster.
Yeah, it was cutting the air in front of him to decrease drag.
Yeah.
Wow.
12th demo now. Let's go.
How is it software missed out on this?
Oh, Ninja? This is Ninja, I think, who is a really good like Half-Life B-Hop player. Or like AG, I think.
What's AG?
I forget what it stands for, but it's like Half-Life DeFRaG, basically.
Okay.
It might be Adrenaline Gamer or something like
like
that.
a clan
Something
type
cringe
thing?
like that. No. It's a mod. It's a game that you play, like DeFRaG. I think it's called Adrenaline
Hopefully it's
Gamer,
not.
which is extremely cringe.
Yeah, hopefully not.
It can't be worse than Challenge Pro Mode Arena. Let's be honest.
You know, that's so baked into my mind, but you're
Yeah, it's
right.
normalized, isn't it? Oh, let's go. He's
It
got a
is.
49. These
That
times?
was
Fucking hell.
nice. Another
Yeah,
1 second jump. That's like 6 seconds over the past few records
that's crazy.
or few runs.
We are mad with it. Next up, 11. Who is it? It's Gibbs. From Iceland, I believe. The only Icelandic DeFragger I've ever known.
He's repping the trans colors in his name.
Yep.
Shout out for that. Wonder if he's telling us something.
You mean if they're telling us something?
That's a very good point. You know, that was very them-phobic of me to say that. Oh shit, he's in the chat.
It's really smooth on this rooftop section, though. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm loving the way that people made use of that half of the map, or that half of the rooftop section at least.
48.5 in
Nice.
the end. Jesus.
This map,
Still over
Keeps
a
getting
second
better.
every run.
I can't believe every
Mm.
demo we watch gets faster. That's nuts.
Well, that's usually how it goes.
Number 10, we've got Charlon. I'm going to be honest with you, Ken. It's getting harder and harder to notice differences in these runs.
Yeah, I mean, if they make one deviation, it changes the rest of the run. Mostly, it's just kind of they're just getting smoother and smoother, just like
Yeah.
most
but since it's
most cups.
not so much difference there. I mean, you now saved all the checkpoints in your brain, right? You can talk about the checkpoints.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Well, the checkpoints are useless here.
48.2 for Charlon. Number 9. Let's go. It
What a terrible
is
song.
Koshakov going for OB.
Whose idea was that? Just say number 9 500 times on an album? Come on.
Sorry.
Never heard. I don't know.
The
You're making a
Beatles?
reference
No?
that no one gets.
It's
They
a
do
Beatles
that?
song. Yeah, there's just number 9 repeated over and over and over on one song. It's called
Oh.
number 9.
I didn't know that. I'm not really a
I
Beatles
forget
fan.
what album it's on.
Well, probably know it. Finally, someone who goes straight. Yes, that's what I meant. And maybe it would have been, and then continue and go up to the wall. It would have been my idea.
Maybe we'll see it yet.
Maybe I should play the map finally, huh?
Look at
Nah,
this.
that's
This
too
was,
sad. That was cool.
yeah,
That was a nice little around the back pickup.
47.9.
No longer
Koshikov.
1 second jumps though, only 0.3.
No, we're getting tighter. Number 8
Come on, Koshikov, you can do better than that.
is Puzifer. Oh, okay.
You think he's gonna use that bonfire? Nope.
Yeah, I guess not.
Oh man, building the stairs in that tower was quite the endeavor.
I told you
All
should have just
the-
left it as blank space.
Listen, professional integrity would not allow that. Even though those stairs I did just add jump pads to work around. But all the regular stairs on the map are models that are at like weird intervals. Basically, it's really hard to line up the UVs for the stairs, line up
Yeah.
the textures, and have them be accurate. So I just copied the model from the game for the stairs and, like locked them or snapped them on grid so that they would actually work in Radiant. But for that tower, I couldn't do that. So I actually built all of those stairs out of brushes. And there's like 300 stairs there, and I built every single one by hand and did the UVs on every single one by hand. It was a friggin' nightmare. But it was worth it, I think, even though
Yeah,
nobody will ever look at them. The quality that I have in my mind has been achieved, and so
nice.
I'm
As long as you're
satisfied with
happy,
that
yeah.
section. Exactly. As long as I'm happy, then everything's fine.
Yeah, fuck the haters.
Me specifically.
Number 7. Let's go. Rocky Pop.
Shit, did I set the wrong demo?
The fat OB. Oh, you're in. Okay. Really quick double jump. It looks like he's strafing pretty hard from the OB.
Yeah, if you do the double jump off the stairs there, if you're able to press that button that fast, then
It wouldn't be
kind
the
of movement
first
is
time that
unlocked.
we've seen Procky Pop doing an insanely fast double jump.
I wonder.
Procky Pop actually did an insanely fast double jump in the last FPS Cup, if you remember. It was also a map that you made.
I only remember Teddy's double jump, if I'm being honest.
Well, 2-3? Oh yeah, it might have been 2-3. I get those two confused a lot, I don't know why. They're both Russian, I guess. That was a joke.
Yeah, 2D3D did the crazy rank 1.
Yeah. Another 47. We've seen a few 47s already. 6th place, or sixth demo now at least. Let's have a look. We have Moscow getting stuck on the stairs, nice.
Hey, the timer's not started yet. Doesn't matter. Impressive spacing there. Sometimes I wonder on a map like this, when there's so many stairs and so many like kind of odd ramps, what isn't intentional. Because that spacing was so perfect to land right on the bubble, as opposed to like a little bit before it, which would have happened if he hadn't hit that double jump and hadn't had that exact precise spacing. But for me, it's so difficult to be that consistent that I couldn't have spacing like that. I couldn't rely on it.
There we go, 47.0. So it's still a 47, but it's probably a big jump from Rocky Pop's run. Entering
True,
the
half a
top
second
5.
almost.
Yeah, entering top 5 now. Let's go. We have Undead Zerg once more.
That makes sense. Pretty sure he's more of a CPMer than a VQ3er.
Yeah. Noctis in the chat asks, are there more targets on the map than you need to collect? Yes, there are 26.
There are only
26
25 that are
items.
practical, though.
Yeah, sorry, there's only 25, really. And yeah, you only need 20.
For a little bit, it was only 16.
I heard it was only 8 at one point.
Well, only 16 out of the 20 that you needed when it moved up to 20.
Ah, okay.
I wanted a lot more. I figured that if you needed fewer pickups, but there were still a lot, that would lead to greater route variability.
Okay. Yeah.
And that might have been right. I don't know, but 20 pickups feels good. I like the feel of 20.
Oh,
Don't use stairs in 2025. Next year, though.
I
it's
tried.
fine.
I tried. Damn it.
but it's
Ooh,
700s, not 100th.
what demo was that? We were in top 5.
True.
weren't
Yeah.
we?
0.7 jump. That was big.
Yeah, that was huge.
I think we're on 4 now.
Yeah,
Number 4. Okay. Let's go. Number 4. It is
Would be so funny.
WD Knight.
Nice. Old schooler, classic good guy. Can never go wrong with the... Exactly. Can never go wrong with a little wazzle dazzle or hooble flobble.
And it's really good in all different games as well.
True, I actually know him from Quake Live.
I know Knight from Reflex. This is where the first time I met Knight. In fact, every Quake like DeFRaG clone I've played, Knight has been playing it and has been very good at it.
Oh, like reflex movement. Yeah, I know him. he helped test my very early Quake Live to Quake 3 map conversion thingy that I did back in like 2011.
Nice. That was with the year I started playing Quake. 45.9. So we're doing quite well on the times here, lads. Last one was 46.3.
Chat says, I know Knight
Nope.
from Momentum mod.
No more 1 second jumps,
Real.
right?
Yeah. All right, top 3. This is it. This is the moment. We got Cute Bones. Let's go.
Not a name you'd normally see in a top 3, I feel like.
No, but Cute Bones, I always find, has quite a creative route. Like,
Yeah.
they always have a creative, like a trick or something. It might just be, or the entire route or whatever. So that tracks. You know what I mean?
That pickup right there was wild. I don't know how he could even predict that he was about to pick that up. It was like off of his screen. That must have just been rehearsed and like just pray that you press the button at the right time. You press it 0.03 seconds too late or too early and your run is over.
Yo.
That was so cool.
There you go. 44.8.
Wow. It feels like he only picked up 15 items. Like there's so many that are picked up like just kind of passing by, drive-by pickups.
That was crazy run. Really well played for that. All right, second place.
Definitely.
Who do we have? Frosty.
And that's a name I expect to see high up.
Yeah.
Is there actually a...
Although on a snap map, on like a generic snap map, definitely not on a creativity. Although I just only ever see him playing hardcore strafe maps.
I mean, no, Frosty definitely plays a lot of different maps.
That's good. Diversity is important.
Yo, grabbing that one without touching the ground. Do you see that? Or touching the ceiling even?
That's just
flying through.
Showing off.
That is showing off.
And saving probably 0.6 seconds, I would say.
Yeah, I would say a lot of time. I would say more than that, probably. 44.3. Big jumps. All right. The moment has come. The top time in CPM. We all already know who it is. It doesn't matter. Let's go. It's Goblin.
The owner himself.
Yeah.
If he doesn't fly by the bubble, I don't care about the demo.
Yo, what the fuck?
Technically, he's Death Striker 666 here, but that's just splitting hairs, you know. Nice, doing the same thick trick.
Are you splitting hairs or are you hitting stairs? What?
He's doing a good job avoiding the stairs. That was a crazy bridge sequence.
That is nuts.
He's turning this map into like a strafe map.
I didn't know you have so many clips just over all the.
Yo, how did he slide up the stairs like they're not even there? That's illegal. That's a crazy run. Jesus.
Yeah.
43.1.
That roof slide was.
If there wouldn't have been a clip at the end, it would have been a 42.
Yeah.
What clip are you talking about? I want to see it again.
To go up the stairs at the end.
Look at this. Like, he grabs the second soul without touching anything. Yeah, sorry, I'm watching it. But I am doing slow-mo and stuff, so you guys won't keep up anyway. But yeah, like, he doesn't touch anything on that second soul. Surfs, like, does that crazy turnaround, surfs on that roof, which is nuts.
I wonder if you can draw bounding boxes for items, because that must have been, he must have touched it by like 1 unit or something.
Yeah.
Like the very small.
You were saying, like, and then skips this as well? Just like Frosty did, admittedly, but still fucking insane. And then through here, which is incredibly tight, and manages to get right over to the next soul. And then this part's just buttery smooth. Makes it look trivial. How do you slide up the stairs like that? Is that just a double jump and then you're like not touching the stairs?
Yeah, I mean, there's that window after a double jump that you just don't have friction, basically.
Okay.
Uh, but
Well, like like a
you just have
skim.
to be basically a skim. Yeah, it's always a thing in CPM. The only difference here, like we've seen it on every single one, when you double jump and then you have that little window where you don't need to
Yeah.
double jump again. It's that same window. He's just going so fast that he jumps up twice as many stairs.
They say mouse wheel, but I think in CPM, if you would use mouse wheel, it's you would jump higher and higher, right, on the stairs.
I don't
I
think
don't think
mouse wheel
so, but
is
I don't think mouse
useful.
wheel is so important.
No, I don't think it's useful in DeFRaG at all.
It's
I mean,
definitely useful in DQ3 on stairs like this.
yeah,
West
you're
told
right.
us, right? But
Yeah, exactly.
Is it even allowed? Is mouse wheel usage allowed in the rules for DF comps? Because I know it's
No, it's
banned
not.
in. Yeah, okay. It's banned in
I'm pretty sure it's
DFWC
banned
at
basically
least.
everywhere.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, Run. Goblin, you're fucking unreal, mate. Stop it. Stop making us all look bad.
yeah, why don't the other demos look like this?
Yeah,
No, really nice.
clearly some players are slacking.
Clap to the players.
Yeah, big time. Massive shout outs
Beautiful.
to everyone who grinded and spent the time. I mean, incredible shout out to Kitten as well for just an amazing map.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Same again, like probably most entertaining rounds. Like last tournament, your round, I forget which round it was, your map, easily most
4.
entertaining.
4, yeah, sorry.
Also 4, yeah. Oh no, this is 3, right? Sorry. Yeah, round 4,
Yeah.
last one is incredible. Like some of the routes you see and the stuff you see, like players execute, just insane. And the
Yeah, I mean
exact same
there are a
here.
few principles that I kind of aim for, but in general, the idea, the two things that I'm looking for are lots of route variability
Mhm.
and a big thing that some people seem to really not like is ideally there isn't a perfect route by the end of the cup, by the end of the round.
But
Like
that's never a thing
you're,
anyway. Yeah, I know what you're saying though. Yeah.
I mean, it's rare that somebody will like be 100% satisfied with everything they've done, but I'm
Yeah.
talking like even just finding a route that is maxed. Like for this, I feel like there are probably decent chunky optimizations even on Goblin's route. Like the movement is amazing, but you could probably take a different path and like save, you know, if you had an AI that could analyze it, like you'd probably save 2-3 seconds.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm aiming for basically.
Where is the whiz? The whiz
Yeah, I
art.
was just
Do
about
we
to
have
Yeah,
one?
mention
true.
that.
I wonder.
This
I
map,
wonder how Cabcorp felt about this map.
as far as I know, this map was too strong for Wiz. There's as yet no Wiz demo available for this map.
Damn, he even had 2 weeks for this one.
We might see it in the future. Hey, that shit ain't easy from what I've heard.
Oh,
Scripting.
I imagine on a map like this, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it must be quite difficult. So, maybe we'll see one day. If we do get it later in the competition, we'll definitely show it as part of one of the rounds.
So
The
what I
only
get
thing
from that
that I
map
would
though
say
is
is the fact that there are no the whole map is noobed except for those 3 surfaces.
Noobed.
If it wasn't, you would see some absolutely insane ramp over bounces or random over bounces from Wiz. That would
Yeah.
be so cool to see.
Hmm.
Because there's so many angled surfaces that you can jump off of or bounce off of or like adjust your height fractionally to get different over bounces. But because they're disabled, it'll be a little similar.
Yep.
It would probably be Goblin's route, just like cheated, basically.
Yeah.
So what I got from this round is FPS Cup 4 is only stairs and only collectibles, right? That's,
I'm retiring. I have officially retired from DeFRaG. All right. But yeah, that's all the demos we have for you this week. So thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to do all the stuff, like liking and subscribing and all that shite. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks again, Kit and Ignition and Blazer, for joining me. You guys are always a pleasure. It's
Yeah,
nice to
thanks for
have
having
pleasure
me.
and thank you.
it's nice to have a proper DeFRaG legend on the stream and Kit and Ignition.
Yeah, I'm glad you weren't
Other way
calling me
around.
that. 'Cause holy shit.
I think Kitten now proved it, like the two last cups, that who is the real deal, right?
Well, I appreciate that. You've made some pretty amazing content too, though.
For sure.
Thanks.
All right, cheers, guys. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye now.
Good night.
Good night.